Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and history fans. Today, we're uncovering the most valuable and expensive Washington quarter dollar coins, classic pieces of U.S. change that have become treasures in the collector world. While millions of Washington quarters have been minted, certain rare dates, conditions, and mint errors have made a few of them worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in today's action-packed coin market. Let's get started. First up, the Washington quarter dollar of 1995 with the D mint mark is one of those fascinating coins that might at first seem ordinary, but actually carries enormous historical value and growing importance in today's collector market. This coin, minted in Denver, stands as a strong representative of America's coinage in the mid-1990s, and examples preserved in very fine condition are becoming increasingly desirable among both casual collectors and serious investors. The Washington quarter itself was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the nation's first president and an enduring symbol of leadership, strength, and unity. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin's portrait of Washington has remained an American classic for decades. By 1995, the Washington quarter had already become one of the most recognized coins in circulation, a staple in every American's pocket, and a collector's favorite for its timeless design. On the obverse, the 1995 D quarter proudly displays Washington's profile facing left. His features are carefully crafted, capturing the dignity and courage that have long been associated with his leadership. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" accompany his image, along with the year 1995 below. In very fine condition, these details remain sharp and clear, offering a strong visual appeal that adds to the coin's desirability. The reverse of the coin showcases the powerful heraldic eagle design, another hallmark of Flanagan artistry. With its wings spread wide, the eagle clutches arrows symbolizing readiness for defense, while an olive branch beneath represents peace. Together, these elements send a message of strength and harmony, values that resonate deeply with American history. This design remained iconic until the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999, making the 1995 issue one of the last in the classic Eagle series. The D mint mark located on the obverse is especially significant. It denotes that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most important U.S. minting facilities. Coins from Denver often carry their own following, and collectors specifically seek them out when building complete mint mark sets. The 1995 D is a vital piece of that puzzle, and finding it in very fine condition ensures it holds strong numismatic appeal. What makes the 1995 D quarter stand out even more is its survival rate in collectible condition. While millions of these coins were struck, most were used in everyday circulation, quickly wearing down and losing their sharpness. Coins preserved in very fine condition are scarcer and far more attractive to collectors. The strength of the details, combined with overall eye appeal, makes such examples rise above ordinary circulated pieces. Rarity in collectible terms is not always about mintage numbers alone. It's about how many coins have survived in grades worth collecting. In the case of the 1995 D, very fine examples are not easy to come by in the everyday marketplace. That makes them not only collectible, but also increasingly valuable as demand continues to grow among numismatists who want to secure every Denver issue of the Washington quarter series. The 1995 D quarter has become a coin of high demand for another reason: its place in numismatic history. As one of the final coins produced before the major transition to the state quarters program, it represents the last era of the eagle reverse, a design that spanned over 65 years. Collectors view these final eagle quarters as the closing chapter of an era, which greatly enhances their appeal. When it comes to market value, this coin is commanding growing attention. In very fine condition, the 1995 D quarter is worth far more than its face value of 25 cents. Collectors are willing to pay strong premiums to secure attractive examples, and in auction markets, bidding activity has shown steady growth as interest in modern, but historically significant coins continues to rise. Another factor that increases its potential value is the possibility of error coins. The 1990s were a period where striking varieties, including double dies and off-center strikes, occasionally appeared. A 1995 D quarter with such an error can multiply in value dramatically, turning a standard collectible into a truly rare treasure. Collectors are always on the lookout for these special pieces, which adds to the excitement of pursuing this coin. For collectors seeking to secure a 1995 D quarter in very fine condition, it's important to evaluate sharpness, wear, and eye appeal. Strong details in Washington's portrait, a bold eagle on the reverse, and clear inscriptions are all signs of a coin that will hold value. Such coins attract higher premiums, especially when preserved carefully to prevent further wear. Storing the coin properly is essential to maintaining its value. Placing it in a protective holder, keeping it away from moisture, and handling it minimally will ensure that the coin's condition remains stable over time. Collectors who safeguard their 1995 D quarters today are setting themselves up for long-term rewards as demand and prices continue to increase. The Washington Quarter series has always been beloved for its balance of beauty, history, and symbolism. The 1995 D issue stands out because it not only reflects America's history, but also bridges the gap between the classic eagle design and the modern commemorative quarter series. This dual significance is one of the reasons collectors hold it in such high regard. For new collectors, the 1995 D quarter is an excellent entry point into the world of numismatics. For seasoned experts, it is a key piece that represents a turning point in U.S. coinage. No matter the level of collecting, this coin has something to offer: history, rarity, value, and long-term potential. The Washington quarter dollar of 1995 with the D mint mark in very fine condition is far more than just a piece of pocket change. It is a symbol of American heritage, a closing chapter of an iconic coin design, and a rare treasure in the collector's market. With its growing demand and increasing value, this coin shines brightly as one of the modern must-haves for anyone serious about building a meaningful and valuable collection. Next up, the Washington quarter dollar of 1990 with the D mint mark is a coin that continues to attract incredible interest in today's numismatic market. At first glance, it may appear like any other piece of change from the 1990s, but for collectors who understand its history and value, this quarter is a true gem. In very fine condition, the 1990 D quarter represents both an important part of American history and a strong investment in the collector's world. The Washington quarter itself began its story in 1932, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the nation's first president. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the coin was originally intended as a one-year commemorative, but its elegant and timeless design earned it a permanent place in U.S. coinage. By 1990, the quarter had become a daily necessity for Americans and a beloved series for collectors across the globe. The obverse of the 1990 D quarter features the bold and dignified profile of George Washington, facing left. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surround his portrait, while the date 1990 sits proudly beneath. On coins in very fine condition, Washington's hair details, his facial features, and the lettering remain clear and sharp, making the coin visually appealing and highly desirable. On the reverse, the coin carries the powerful image of the heraldic eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows in its talons with an olive branch below. This design, also crafted by John Flanagan, had been a fixture of the Washington quarter since the 1930s, symbolizing America's balance of strength and peace. The 1990 issue represents one of the last chapters of this iconic eagle design before the major transformation of the series in the late 1990s. The D mint mark on this coin identifies it as a product of the Denver Mint. For collectors, this detail is not just a small letter. It signifies a distinct variety within the Washington quarter series. The Denver Mint has long been known for producing coins with sharp strikes and lasting quality, making 1990 D quarters especially collectible today. Having the D mint mark adds another layer of rarity and prestige to this already desirable coin. Although millions of quarters were produced in 1990, not all have survived in collectible grades. Most circulated heavily in the everyday economy, wearing down and losing their beauty. That is why finding a 1990 D quarter in very fine condition is special. It shows strong detail and eye appeal, separating it from common worn examples. This level of preservation ensures that the coin carries real weight in today's numismatic market. Rarity in the collector world is about more than just how many coins were struck. It's about how many remain in desirable condition. With over 3 decades of circulation, fewer and fewer 1990 D quarters survive in very fine or better grades. This scarcity, paired with the coin's historical importance, has made it a highly sought-after issue among collectors building complete Washington quarter sets. The demand for the 1990 D quarter is also boosted by its place in numismatic history. Positioned just a few years before the launch of the wildly popular 50-state quarters program, the 1990 issue is considered part of the last era of the classic eagle reverse. Collectors see it as a transitional piece, linking America's long-standing design tradition with the modern commemorative style that followed. In today's collector market, the 1990 D quarter in very fine condition can sell well above its face value. While it may only be worth 25 cents as currency, its true numismatic value is measured in dollars. Auction results and private sales have shown steady interest in this issue, with collectors competing to secure clean, well-preserved examples. This increasing demand continues to push values higher, especially for those coins with strong eye appeal. Even more exciting is the potential for error varieties within the 1990 D quarters. Striking errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and other minting mishaps are always possibilities with coins from this era. A 1990 D quarter featuring such an error can skyrocket in value, turning an already collectible coin into a truly rare treasure. Collectors carefully inspect these coins for such details, and the thrill of discovery only adds to their appeal. Condition is everything when it comes to collectible coins, and the 1990 D quarter is no exception. Coins in very fine condition hold strong market demand because they display sharp details without heavy wear. Washington's hairlines remain visible, the eagle's feathers retain definition, and the inscriptions are crisp. These qualities ensure the coin will continue to attract serious collector interest for years to come. Protecting the coin is crucial to maintaining its value. Collectors are encouraged to store their 1990 D quarters in protective holders, away from moisture and damage. Minimal handling and careful storage guarantee that these coins will remain in collectible condition, preserving their beauty and ensuring their worth continues to grow in the future. The Washington Quarter Series as a whole is one of the most celebrated in American history, and the 1990 D issue holds a special place within it. It represents stability, continuity, and a bridge between generations of coin designs. Collectors treasure it not only for its monetary value, but also for its symbolic importance in representing America's strength and legacy. For those entering the world of coin collecting, the 1990 D quarter is a fantastic coin to start with. It is accessible, historically rich, and has strong potential for future growth and value. For seasoned numismatists, it is an essential piece of the Washington Quarter Series, a coin that completes the picture of America's coinage in the final years before the state quarter revolution. In conclusion, the 1990 Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, is a coin of undeniable value and significance. It embodies America's history, showcases iconic design, and carries increasing rarity in the modern market. With its growing collector demand and potential for impressive dollar value, this coin is more than just a piece of change. It is a treasure worth holding, preserving, and celebrating.